Hey, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? Nate here from Out of the Basement, and today we are taking a look at the Jungle Hunter Predator from NECA Toys. This is the brand new Predator figure that was just released recently. It features a nice front packaging of the figure itself. It's a picture of the figure, at least that's what it looks like to me. It looks very good. Obviously, the window, the NECA packaging window here that has the figure itself right here with all of its accessories and all that, which we'll get into. Has a great pose right here of the unmasked Predator. And on the side, it just says the Predator. On the back, we got a little bit of a read up here. If you want to read it, go ahead and pause it right now. And it also just has some more action shots of the Predator. On the bottom, got a list of people who are responsible for said figure and all that other jazz. And on the top, Predator yet again. So let's crack this bad boy open. And here is the Predator out of the packaging and looking totally awesome. But before we get into the figure, let's take a look at the accessories. So Predator comes with 2 open hands, an unmasked helmet so that you can have him hold it in his hand, a nice little translucent blue blast effect here. And this looks so awesome right here. The translucent blue looks really incredible. Very happy with that effect. He comes with a skull just by itself, which also looks very good. And it also comes with a skull with the spinal cord attached, and the spinal cord has a little bendy boy in there, so you can get some nice bending out of it. Although I do think that this is an incredibly short spine. I feel like this person must not have been very tall because, yeah, it just doesn't seem all that long to me. And of course, the alternate unmasked Predator head, which I think looks absolutely incredible. The amount of detail on here is just outstanding. Love the way all of the dreads look on the back of the figure and the nice gold paint detail on them. They have a nice layer to them too. Looks very full. The eyes look awesome, although, we got his eyeball right there is a little droopy, but that's fine. This was easily the best painted one out of all of the Jungle Hunter Predators that we saw. There was like 3 on the shelves, and one was really messed up. But yeah, this one was the best, I thought, in my opinion. Great head sculpt. So let's take a look at the figure itself. Once again, here we go. The backpack is detachable, but it was honestly a giant pain in the ass to try and get it on the figure. I struggled with it for quite a bit, which is kind of a bummer. So I don't want to take it off again because I'm just going to display it with him on it. But as far as the paint apps go, obviously it's incredible. This is a very good figure. I really like the new articulation tool. I don't know if it's new. I typically don't collect NECA figures because I've had really bad experiences in the past with NECA. So I try and avoid them, but however, this classic Predator with all of these accessories, I just couldn't pass it up at all. Thought I'd take another shot with NECA. Really like all of the paint detail, all of the armor chipping right there on the front and on the back. I mean, I just love the nice paint and the mesh. It's clearly painted, nice clean lines throughout the action figure. Of course, the necklaces here are also great details, all the little bones and stuff, which I'm sure you can take these off if you really want to, but I'm just going to leave them on. Again, moving down, very nice brownish red right here around the loincloth area. Same thing with the Predator booty. Looks very good. I love the way this fades into this light brown and it has the darkness sort of up top. Looks very good. Again, the metal detail is awesome. All the dings, the scrapes, the dents, everything looks incredible. And the feet are very good too. Very nicely painted there. In terms of articulation goes, I was honestly surprised. Not a whole lot of head movement, honestly, especially when you have the backpack on blocking it, and the dreads obviously make it hard to move his head around, but there's some movement there. You get the top ab crunch here, which goes back a decent amount, kind of like a straightforward pose, and then lurches forward a bit too. You also have a little bit of give right there at the waist, and the waist obviously rotates. the arms. They do come out ever so slightly with a bicep swivel and double jointed elbows, which is something I never thought that I could see on a NECA figure, but I'm very excited about it. Very awesome. The blades, my blades were pretty crooked, but again, it could have been a lot worse. There was one where the blade was literally bent in half, and I just couldn't even believe it. I'll have to fix this later, but I didn't want to fix it for the video, just as a heads up to you guys that it seems like a lot of the blades are coming fucked up. And obviously they do retract. They go in and they go out. Pretty neat there. Same thing on this arm here. You get pretty much the same amount of arm length there, or I'm sorry, whatever that's called. I'm having a brain fart here, people. But I really like that the armor, the shoulder pauldron really doesn't get in the way of the articulation, which is a big bonus. Has this nice tube detail right here. And the wrist computer, if I could get it open. Also there, also has a ton of great detail here. Looks really good, I think. Again, double jointed elbows. This peg, though, for me is incredibly loose, and he does not want to hold much in his hand because everything weighs too much, and it just doesn't really work out that well. I'm going to see if this alternate hand suffers the same issue, which it doesn't seem like it's going to, because I'm applying a tremendous amount of force there to get that on there. Yeah, this one's a lot tighter, so I think this just has a loose, this is like a too big of a hole, so it's really not holding well. So that's kind of a bummer, because I really was hoping to pose him with the skull. But anyway, moving forward with the articulation here, his legs move up about that much. Not too much give there, but I mean, you don't really need to. And it moves back just ever so slightly. Does have double jointed knees, which is awesome. And he has just a little bit of ankle pivot there. And his ankles do move up and down ever so slightly. Not so bad. So I think all in all, honestly, this is a pretty great figure, especially for only 25 bucks. He's in stores now. Hopefully you can find him. I had to pounce on him as soon as I could. Should also mention that, yeah, the gun is really sensitive too. It's very loose. Doesn't really like to stay up. Keeps falling down when you have the blaster effect in there. So you kind of have to pose it in a very specific way for you to get that effect looking pretty good. Otherwise, it's just going to fall over. So there's some problems. I mean, some general problems that I feel like happen with every NECA figure. But at the same time, I really like what they've done with this figure. Love the blaster effect. Love all of the accessories. This is definitely, I feel like, a definitive Predator to have in your collection if you're going to have one. If you're on the fence about this figure, I definitely recommend it 100%. I think it's going to look great on the shelf next to all of my other Predator stuff that I have. So everybody, that's going to be it for this review. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this figure in the comments down below. And make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe. I'm trying to get back in the figure review game, but just a lot of figures have been hitting my area really late, and it kind of sucks, but yeah, whatever. Again, thank you so much for watching. This is Nate from Out of the Basement, and I will see you next time.